The galaxy had grown quiet in this sector. Stars shone cold and distant, and planets spun silently in their orbits. To most civilizations, this region seemed unimportant. It was far from the bustling trade routes and political centers, but for some, the silence was an opportunity. The leaders of the Zarnok Empire had been observing this sector for months. Their scouts reported only one small blue planet that seemed inhabited, a planet they had long ignored. Earth, they whispered to each other. A world that no one in the galaxy had taken seriously. A world thought weak, backward, incapable of war beyond its small borders in the council chambers of the Zarnok capital. The High General stared at the star map. Thousands of ships were ready to move. The plan was simple: advance through the sector, claim key systems, and leave nothing in their way. The humans will not resist, he said confidently. The room nodded. To them, Earth was no threat. The silence of the blue world was expected, natural, and easy to exploit. Meanwhile, Earth, the situation was very different. Humanity had grown quietly, hidden from the galaxy's notice. Earth's fleets had not shown themselves. Ships of all sizes hovered in hidden orbit, their hulls black and invisible to the naked eye. Technology on Earth had leaped forward, not in grand displays but in careful, precise steps. Humans were ready, though the galaxy had no idea. Admiral Elena Voss stood on the bridge of the USS Resolute, the largest human ship in the fleet. The vessel was sleek, covered with advanced armor, and bristling with weapons designed to strike with incredible accuracy. She watched the screens carefully as the alien coalition moved closer to the system. Her crew was tense, but focused. They had trained for years for this moment, Admiral, her first officer said, pointing to a holographic display. The Zarnok fleet is approaching the outer rim. Sensors show hundreds of capital ships. They don't know we are here, Elena nodded. Her expression was calm, but her mind was sharp. They assume we will hide, that we will do nothing. Let them think it. We strike not with noise, but with precision. She paused and looked out the window at the dark space beyond. When they see us, they will understand why silence is dangerous. On distant command bridges, alien officers laughed and celebrated. Soon, this system will be ours, said Commander Var, leader of the advanced squadron. The humans have no fleet, no defenses. This will be easier than expected. His words carried pride, arrogance, and certainty. He did not notice the small blips on the edge of his sensors, human patrol drones, nearly invisible, but tracking every alien move. The human fleet waited, scattered across hidden jump points in the sector. Ships were positioned to block all possible routes the aliens could take. Every move was calculated. Communication was fast, silent, and secure. Humans had perfected coordination to levels the galaxy had not seen before. Every vessel, from the smallest fighter to the massive flagship, knew its role. Every captain understood the plan. As the aliens approached, the tension grew. Not for the humans, they were trained to remain calm, but for the fleet itself. Every ship was a piece of a larger puzzle, ready to move together in perfect harmony. And then the first command was given. Elena pressed a button on her console. All units, engage Formation Delta. Wait for my signal. Do not fire until I give the order. Across the fleet, captains acknowledged. Silence reigned, even among those who had never seen battle outside simulations. They trusted the plan, and they trusted each other. Hours passed as the alien fleet advanced. They were confident, powerful, and unaware. Their ships glided through space like predators, each vessel gleaming with energy weapons and heavy armor. Yet none of them suspected the force hidden just beyond their sensors. Then, at the perfect moment, Elena spoke. Now, immediately, hundreds of human ships dropped from the hidden jump points. They appeared from all directions, surrounding the aliens in a near-perfect formation. The sudden emergence shocked the enemy. Communication signals scrambled in confusion. Ships tried to maneuver, but it was too late. The humans had anticipated every move. Target the command ships first, Elena said. Disable, don't destroy. Show them who we are. Lasers and plasma beams flared through space, precise and deadly. Alien shields held, but only for a moment. Human ships darted in and out, striking key systems and then disappearing into the darkness. Every attack was controlled, efficient. Every strike demonstrated strategy the aliens could not comprehend. On board one of the alien flagships, Commander Var's voice shook with disbelief. "What is this? How? How are they here?" His officers scrambled to respond, but every attempt to regroup was countered by humans. Each human ship moved with intelligence, predicting every alien action before it happened. Meanwhile, on the USS Resolute, Admiral Alina remained calm. "They expected silence," she said quietly. "They will not get it." Her crew worked in perfect synchronization, firing weapons, coordinating maneuvers, and monitoring alien responses. The bridge was a controlled chaos, every action precise, every order executed flawlessly. The alien fleet, once confident and powerful, was now in disarray. Ships collided, systems overloaded, and smaller vessels were disabled almost instantly. Their advance had been a mistake, their assumptions deadly. The humans did not attack recklessly. They were disciplined, calculating, and terrifyingly effective. In the middle of the chaos, a young human pilot, Lieutenant Mara Kim, navigated her fighter with ease. She weaved between alien fire, striking critical engines, and then disappearing before retaliation. "They can't touch us," she said into the comms, her voice steady, despite the danger. "We know what we're doing." Even as the battle raged, the humans showed restraint. They did not destroy everything in sight. Their attacks focused on military assets, leaving civilian colonies untouched. This was not just war, it was a message. Humans were strong, smart, and controlled. They were a force to be respected, not a mindless horde. Back on the alien flagship, panic spread. Commander Var could not believe what was happening. This is impossible," he muttered. "The humans. They fight like nothing we've seen." Even as his ships tried to retreat, human interceptors cut them off. Forcing them into positions of disadvantage, Admiral Alina watched the battle unfold. Her face remained calm, but inside she felt the thrill of victory approaching. The humans had proven their strength, their strategy working perfectly. She knew this was only the beginning, but it was a beginning that would echo across the galaxy. As the last of the alien vanguard ships tried to regroup, Lena gave a final command. "Hold formation. Prepare for further engagement. Show them Earth does not wait. Earth strikes." The alien commanders did not understand what they had encountered. Their assumptions about humans had been shattered. The silence they expected, the quiet, easy conquest was gone. Instead, they faced a fleet that moved as one, struck with precision and thought faster than they could react. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would take notice. Above the USS Resolute, stars stretched endlessly. The humans did not celebrate yet. The battle was far from over, but they had made a statement. Earth was ready. Earth was strong, and any who underestimated them would soon learn the hard way. The calm of the sector was broken, but it was not by fear. It was by the disciplined roar of a fleet that had waited patiently, striking at the perfect moment. The humans had emerged from silence, and the galaxy would never think the same way again. The alien fleet reeled in confusion. What they had assumed would be a simple march through a quiet sector had turned into chaos. Hundreds of human ships now surrounded them, moving with precision, like predators circling their prey. The Zarnok commanders shouted orders, but every command seemed to collide with another, creating hesitation and mistakes. Commander Var gritted his teeth. "Concentrate fire on the enemy command ships," he barked. "Take out their leaders, and this will be over." But the humans did not fight like any enemy he had known. They were not wild and reckless. They were calculated, disciplined, and terrifyingly fast. Their attacks were precise. Critical systems on Zarnok vessels were disabled before the aliens could even respond. Engines failed mid-maneuver, shields flickered, and communications became unreliable. Panic spread like wildfire through the alien crews. On the USS Resolute, Admiral Alina Voss watched the alien fleet's disarray. Her calm eyes scanned multiple holographic displays, showing every ship's movement. Maintain formation beta, she ordered. Target the ships closest to escape vectors. Don't destroy them yet. Disable them. Let them see our power. Admiral, said Lieutenant Mara Kim, piloting one of the human fighters. The Zarnok flagship is trying to break out. They're concentrating fire on our left flank. Lena smiled faintly. Good. Let them think they have a chance. Guide our interceptors to block them. Timing is everything. Mara's fighter zipped through the battlefield with skill. She struck the engines of the Zarnok destroyers, dodging plasma fire with ease. Every move she made followed training drilled into every human pilot since they were young. To the aliens, it seemed like the humans anticipated every action. Every attack was answered with a counterattack before it even happened. Meanwhile, the rest of the human fleet moved like a single organism. Capital ships focused on heavy weapons, targeting alien shields and critical systems. While smaller fighters disrupted formations and cut off escape routes, each ship knew its role without needing constant orders. Humans trusted their training, their technology, and each other. On the Zarnok flagship, Commander Var's hands shook as he watched his fleet crumble. This cannot be, he yelled. They are too organized, too fast. How can one world hold such power? An officer beside him spoke nervously. Commander, the humans, they are calculating each move. It's like they know our intentions before we make them. Var slammed his fist against the console. Impossible. They are only a small world. They should be weak, unprepared. How could they? But his words were cut off as Mara's fighter darted past the Zarnok flagship, striking a key engine core. Sparks flew, alarms blared, and the flagship lurched violently. Another strike disabled their navigation systems, leaving them trapped in a slow, awkward drift, Admiral, a tactical officer, said. The Vanguard ships are falling back, trying to regroup. Good, Alina said calmly. Let them retreat. Guide them into the traps we've set. The humans do not chase blindly. We control this battlefield. As the aliens attempted to form a defensive line, human interceptors blocked every escape route. The Zarnak commanders realized too late that their assumptions about speed and maneuverability were wrong. Humans had studied them, analyzed them, and planned every counter. Every attempt at surprise was met with equal or greater precision. In the middle of the chaos, Lieutenant Kim felt a thrill she could not hide. Her squadron executed a complex maneuver weaving through heavy fire, striking alien shield generators, and then disappearing into the shadows of space. They can't touch us, she said calmly over comms. They don't understand what we are doing. Other pilots echoed her confidence, reporting similar success. Alien ships were damaged, disabled, and forced to surrender or retreat. Each move demonstrated a combination of bravery, skill, and strategy that few in the galaxy had ever witnessed. On the Zarnok flagship, Commander Var's pride began to crumble. We underestimated them, he said quietly, almost to himself. We thought Earth was weak, but we were wrong, deadly wrong. His officers looked at him, fear in their eyes. Even their most advanced weapons had failed against humans who refused to fight recklessly. The aliens began to realize the truth. Humans were not just strong. They were clever, disciplined, and capable of striking at the perfect moment. Back on the USS Resolute, Admiral Alina issued the next orders. Target the remaining command ships. Disable them, but preserve as many as possible. The galaxy must know our message. Earth is ready. Earth is strong, and we will defend ourselves. The human fleet moved as one. Beams of energy struck alien vessels, disabling engines, weapons, and shields. No unnecessary destruction was inflicted. Every strike had purpose, every action a lesson in discipline and strategy. To the aliens, it was terrifying. They could not understand how such a seemingly small world could command such power and precision. On the bridge of the alien flagship, panic reached a breaking point. The fleet was in shambles, and the humans continued to coordinate flawlessly. Commander Var shouted orders, but hesitation had set in among his officers. Every time they tried to regroup, human ships struck again, blocking them at every turn. Meanwhile, Admiral Alina remained calm. Do not underestimate them, she said softly. Every move they make, we have anticipated. But do not let overconfidence enter. Victory is in our hands, but we must stay disciplined. Space. The battle raged, but humanity's control was clear. Every human ship had a role. Every captain followed the plan, and the aliens were falling apart. Communication lines within the Zarnok fleet were disrupted by precision attacks. Confusion spread faster than fire. The aliens' own weapons became a danger to themselves, as misfires and collisions occurred. At one point, Mara Kim's fighter came dangerously close to the flagship, dodging lasers that could have destroyed her ship in an instant. With a calm, confident strike, she disabled a crucial energy core, leaving the vessel drifting, its shields flickering. Got it, she said into comms. Another one down. They can't move now. From orbit around Earth, humans watched as the once confident alien fleet struggled to recover. Messages were sent across the galaxy, broadcasting humanity's strength and coordination. Every action was recorded. Every maneuver a lesson in strategy and discipline. Commander Var slumped in his command chair, staring at the holographic displays. His fleet was broken, and the humans continued to control the battle with unmatched skill. This world? These humans? They are. Something else, he whispered. Back on the Resolute, Admiral Alina issued her final command for the day. Hold positions. Continue tracking all enemy vessels. Prepare for negotiations if they attempt surrender. Earth shows strength, but we are not mindless conquerors. Discipline and mercy are both weapons. Her officers nodded. Humanity's message was clear. Strength alone was not enough. Intelligence, discipline, and strategy were equally important. The aliens who survived this battle would tell stories across the galaxy about a world they had underestimated. A world that could not be ignored, as the Zarnok fleet retreated. Broken and humbled, humans did not celebrate recklessly. They prepared for the next phase of operations, knowing that this victory was only the beginning. Other civilizations would now notice Earth, and some would be wary, others curious. Humanity had made its presence known. The galaxy's assumptions would have to change. Above the battlefield, stars shone as if in approval. The humans had emerged from the expected silence with a roar of skill, courage, and precision. The aliens had learned a harsh lesson. One small planet could hold a fleet, capable of commanding the battlefield with unmatched control, and somewhere, deep in the galaxy, other civilizations watched in disbelief. The message was clear. Earth was not weak. Earth was not quiet. Earth had arrived, and its fiercest fleet would not be ignored. The calm of the sector had ended. The galaxy would never underestimate humans again. The battle had changed the course of the sector. The Zarnok fleet, once proud and confident, now lay scattered, crippled, and humiliated. Ships that had once threatened to sweep through human space now drifted powerless, unable to continue their advance. Yet humanity did not celebrate recklessly. Discipline, precision, and control were their hallmarks. On board the USS Resolute, Admiral Alina Voss stood on the bridge, her eyes calm but alert. Around her, the human fleet moved like a living organism, monitoring every alien ship, ready to respond to any sign of renewed aggression. Keep all channels open, she ordered. We will offer surrender terms, but make it clear. Earth will not be ignored. Earth will defend itself. The Zarnak commanders received the message with a mix of disbelief and fear. Their proud fleet, which had believed Earth could be overpowered with ease, now faced a civilization they had never truly understood. Every report of disabled ships, every account of human precision, had spread like wildfire through their ranks. They had not just been defeated, they had been outsmarted, outmaneuvered, and outclassed. On the battlefield, human ships began a careful sweep, disabling remaining alien vessels while avoiding unnecessary destruction. This was not revenge. This was a demonstration of strength, control, and strategic wisdom. To the humans, victory meant discipline and demonstration, not chaos. Lieutenant Mara Kim led a squadron through the debris of the retreating alien fleet. Her fighter weaved between disabled vessels, scanning for survivors. "Admiral," she said, overcomes, "we're detecting several ships with critical failures. They cannot move or fire. Should we board them?" Alina considered this for a moment. "Yes," she replied finally. "Board them with minimal force. Take control and make sure all life is preserved. Let them see humanity does not destroy blindly. Let them see our discipline." Human boarding parties moved swiftly, securing the alien ships and taking control of command centers. Alien crews, though wary, were treated with professionalism. They were prisoners of war in the strictest sense, but they were also witnesses to humanity's capability and restraint. Even in victory, humans showed the galaxy that power came with responsibility. Meanwhile, the alien coalition struggled to comprehend the situation. Commander Var, once confident and arrogant, now stared at the reports with hollow eyes. His fleet was broken, his ships were in disarray, and he had underestimated the humans. Every calculation, every assumption about Earth's weakness had been proven false. "They are not just strong," one officer muttered nervously. "They are smart, strategic, organized. We were fools to think we could silence them." Var said nothing. His pride would not allow words yet, but he knew the truth. The humans had changed the perception of Earth forever. Where once silence had been expected, now the galaxy would hear the roar of humanity's strength. On the Resolute, Alina addressed her senior officers. "Send a broadcast," she instructed. "Make it clear to the galaxy, Earth is ready, Earth is disciplined, and Earth will defend itself. Any civilization that underestimates us will face consequences, but any who approach with respect and caution may find allies in humanity." The message went out across subspace, reaching distant star systems in minutes. Observers from other civilizations watched in awe. Reports came back almost immediately. Some were fearful, some cautious, and some curious. One thing was certain. The galaxy's perception of Earth had changed forever, in orbit around the planet. Humanity celebrated quietly. Ships returned to base, crews checked systems, and data from the battle was analyzed. Every victory, every tactical move, every precision strike was recorded for study. Humans did not boast loudly. They let the results speak for themselves. "Lieutenant?" Kim leaned back in her seat after hours of piloting. "They never expected this," she said softly. "They thought Earth was weak. They thought silence would protect them. They were wrong, indeed," Alina replied, "and they will remember that lesson. But we do not seek conquest. We do not seek destruction. We only protect what is ours, and we show the galaxy that humans are capable, disciplined, and united." The Zarnak commanders, now aboard human-controlled ships, witnessed the efficiency and order of human operations. They saw prisoners treated with care, ships repaired with speed, and strategy executed flawlessly. The humans were not mindless warriors. They were teachers of caution, masters of strategy, and disciplined soldiers. Across the galaxy, news of Earth's display spread like fire. Other civilizations who had once ignored humanity now reconsidered. Trade routes, diplomatic channels, and military strategies were reevaluated. Humans had declared themselves present not through domination, but through precision, strength, and intelligence. Admiral Alina walked to the viewing deck of the Resolute, looking out at the stars. The blue planet below glowed gently, a symbol of home and resilience. She thought of the fleet, of the pilots, the engineers, and the countless people who had made this day possible. Humanity had emerged from silence, proving that even a single world, united and disciplined, could stand against the galaxy's mightiest fleets. Mara Kim joined her, her eyes wide with pride and exhaustion. "Admiral, the reports from other sectors. They're starting to notice us. They're sending messages of respect, and some want to open communication. Humanity. It's already changing the galaxy's expectations." Lena nodded. "That is the point. We do not strike blindly. We show strength, and we show control. Let them see who humans really are. Let the galaxy understand that silence can be dangerous. Understand Earth is anything but silent." The remnants of the Zarnok fleet were gathered in a distant sector under careful surveillance. Humans ensured that their retreat would not be repeated, but they also extended a hand. You have seen our power. You have seen our discipline. Work with us, or stay out of our way. But do not underestimate us again. For the aliens, it was a lesson they would not forget. The humans had fought not with chaos, but with strategy and patience. They had struck precisely, controlled every moment, and proven that the blue world they had once ignored was now a force to be respected. As the galactic observers processed the events, alliances began to shift. Some civilizations approached cautiously, seeking alliances or trade. Others strengthened defenses, wary of humanity's capabilities. Every corner of the galaxy was reminded that humans were resilient, intelligent, and united. Back on Earth, celebrations were quiet but meaningful. Engineers repaired ships, scientists analyzed battle data, and soldiers shared stories of courage and skill. The people of Earth had not just defended their planet, they had declared their presence to the galaxy in a way that could not be ignored. Admiral Alina addressed the fleet one final time that day. "This is only the beginning," she said. "The galaxy now knows us. Let every action we take, every decision we make, reflect the strength, intelligence, and unity of humanity. Let them see that Earth is not a silent world. Earth is a force." The fleet saluted, a gesture of respect, unity, and pride. The stars beyond seemed to shimmer in acknowledgement. The galaxy had changed, and humans had carved their place not through fear alone, but through discipline, strategy, and courage. As night fell on Earth, the planet glowed softly, a beacon in the vast darkness. Humanity had stepped into the galactic stage with quiet power, precise action, and unwavering resolve. The silence that others had expected was gone forever. Earth had arrived, and the galaxy would remember it. From the shadows of distant star systems, other civilizations watched carefully. They had learned a lesson: underestimate humans. And you may be defeated not just by strength, but by intelligence, coordination, and determination. Earth had declared its presence. Earth had shown its might, and the galaxy would never think the same way again. The battle was over, but the message had just begun. Humanity had emerged from silence with a roar of strategy, courage, and precision. The fiercest fleet the galaxy had never seen had proven itself, and from that day forward, no one could ignore Earth.